This is good. Casually laughing as in intro, because that's
Nice.
how we are right here. Guys, welcome back to another episode of MCU Rewatch Analysis. You missed us last week just because we had some technical difficulties. With the whole COVID thing going around, we travel a lot, man, so we get
Yeah,
held up in places. I was actually,
it's hard.
I was held up in in Dubai,
It's
doing my business rounds, and
wow.
Salt Bay was like, "Hey, come through," and stayed there for a bit. That's why I wasn't there. Ray was caught up with Elon Musk because
Yeah, yeah.
he's actually making the prototype for him, and they had to drop by Mars last week, so they just came back. How's Mars, man?
It's hot.
Whew.
This-
that's, a, that's a typical. That Mars.
yeah, I know it's further away from the sun, but it's hot. It's
Yeah,
red.
it's nearer than you think. That's actually the state motto
Yeah,
for Mars.
yeah. Nearer than you think,
Yeah.
and they got one digit like plate numbers because there's like three people there.
You report a hit and run.
Yeah.
Do you remember the license plate? I couldn't find it. I'm sorry, ma'am. There's less chances of us finding him.
Is it one or three?
Officer, you already have one. There's just two other dudes out there.
The other dude is me.
Yes, it had to be the other dude.
Yeah, but yeah, it was hot.
Yeah. So welcome back, Ray. And
Yeah, thank you.
do you think we ever forgot about this? We still have a little bit more ways to go until the end of the MCU
Yep.
Infinity Saga, and quite fitting because Black Widow, I think, is
Yeah,
almost out,
coming
right?
up.
I don't know,
Was that?
guys. I gotta be honest with you. I don't think I'm risking my life out there just to watch Black Widow.
That's my girl, so I'm going.
Oh, you're gonna go? Oh man, I feel like I have to, but I might have to rent out a whole theater on this one, man.
That's fine.
Apparently, those are pretty cheap now.
What do you mean, like renting out the whole theater?
Yeah, like if it's just us and the
No way.
guys.
Holy shit! Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but it's still a lot of people.
For it's like
And
20 bucks each.
whoa, that's pretty cheap. We
Yeah,
already pay 20 something bucks for.
it's just one movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, can we play any movie we want?
Oh, here we
'Cause
go. That's when the problem is.
it's like, hey, we're renting it out anyway. Can we watch Rush Hour?
Oh, dude, I was gonna say that. I was gonna say Rush Hour 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
Watch it in
Hell
the
yeah.
theater. Be nostalgic. Anyways, today we're gonna be talking about Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yep.
Quite excited to do this one since the last one that we did was Infinity War. That was super bummy, man.
It's pretty heavy.
The ending on that was a negative tone. So,
Yeah.
uh, and I think that Marvel kind of knew that. That's why they needed something uplifting
Yeah.
as the next
Right.
release after it. So, quite fittingly, it's Ant Man and the Wasp. And since the first Ant Man, the tone of these types of movies have always been on the positive side, right? I mean,
True.
Ant Man 1 was super funny, lighthearted. I mean, there were some crazy parts in there, but for the most part, it was, you know, a family friendly movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of a scene there that you wouldn't want little kids to see?
When he got big, it's like, look away. Oh my god.
Wait, I mean, in Ant Man 1,
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think he went big in that one, did he?
Oh no, he didn't.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, nobody did. Nobody went big.
Yeah, up until
He just
Civil
went
War was the
small.
first one
True.
that Scott Lang turned big.
Oh yeah.
Pivotal
So yeah.
moment, yeah.
So nothing. It's a very friendly movie. Kid friendly.
Yep. And now Ant Man 2 comes in, and this one had quite some mixed reviews from some people. There were some people that didn't like it, and there's some people that were saying that it's above average, but nothing too groundbreaking. But nothing really ever to the point of like stellar. You know what I mean? Like masterpiece. Like no one has ever said this was one of the best movies, stuff like that. So it was kind of sad to me to hear that this one didn't perform as well as the
Oh
first one.
yeah.
Maybe the
Well,
gimmicks have already are getting too old, but it has a lot to do with the plot, I think, too, and the
mhm,
characters. But we'll
yeah.
talk more about that as we analyze this whole thing
Yes.
um, and dive into Ant Man. Do you remember watching? Did you watch this in the theater?
I did. Yeah, I did.
Who
In
was that?
Rainbow Cinema. It was a really shitty theater. It's $5 though.
Oh yeah, I would definitely go and pay that
Yeah.
much. How was that? Was that a date? Was it by
As
yourself?
it was actually, so I have a friend who I see MCU movies with, and
Oh nice.
she's a designer, and she brought her friend with her, and she worked for Doug Ford.
Oh okay.
And so she mentioned that during the film, or like during
It
the
bummed you
hangout,
out.
and I was like, oh
Why you have
yeah,
to?
but
Why you
she
have to
but
say
she
that?
said it in a way where she was bummed out to say that she
Oh
worked
okay.
with.
At least she wasn't like go Doug Ford.
Yeah, yeah. And she's like, yeah, I work for Doug Ford, and I'm like, oh. So that was a funny interaction, and I don't think I ever saw her again after that.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
No shout outs to Doug Ford, but
yeah, yeah, yeah. Teach me how to Dougie.
Douglas Ford. You know who you are. Um, for me, I did watch this in the theaters. It was actually with my brother, and yeah, I thought it was good. Didn't really
Yeah,
pay much attention to it. Like I didn't dive too deep into like its connection towards the rest of the MCU, and I think it's because Ant Man has always been sort of like doing his own thing compared to the rest of them, right?
true.
It's like Cap, Tony, even like Thor and Doctor Strange. At this time
Yeah,
already, they're kind of keeping tabs on each other,
yeah,
right? It's like,
true.
I know who that dude is. I know, but Ant Man has always been like just doing his own thing, like
Yeah.
has his own problems, and like maybe that's another symbol of how small he is compared to the rest of them.
Oh,
But he's
okay.
also bigger than what you think because he's like the glue that like
Oh,
ultimately saved everybody, right? So it's like, and this movie helps a lot in setting up a lot of uh, wasted time of explaining things about quantum realm in Endgame. Because a
yeah,
lot of it is explained here. There's no more. They didn't have to like explain to the audience about time traveling and the possibilities of that because we've already been used to seeing crazy shit from the quantum realm in here. And
true.
it's like the way they make it seem here, where it's like, you know what, anything's possible. You know what, fuck it, yeah. You go back in time. Yeah, you can
Yeah,
go void, quantum void. They just
yeah,
put quantum in front of everything, right?
yeah. We got magicians now. We got aliens. It's time.
Yeah, yeah. And with WandaVision coming out, there's a lot of. Do you watch those like theories, man? I don't know. Some of them are like,
They're X.
I really don't want to get into it because like I feel
No,
like I get too excited.
yeah, I don't want to anymore, but I do sometimes.
Hey, give me some official casting here.
Yeah,
If there's official casting of who they're supposed to be, then yes, because that sort of confirms it. She-Hulk confirmed casting, Iceman confirmed. Don't
yeah,
just be like, oh, I think Wanda is going to, be the next villain or whatever because of this, this, and this.
yeah.
It's like,
Oh shit, I never considered that, but interesting.
yeah, because like her mind broke after the death of
Vision.
Jarvis, Vision. Yeah,
Oh my god, and that's how the X-Men disappeared or reappeared.
yeah, because they're trying to do the House of M type of thing.
Oh shit, when she killed all of the mutants.
Yeah,
Jeez. Wow.
so I don't know, but they
Okay.
said
Okay. Okay.
Mephisto is one of the roles in there for sure. So that means we're getting into the what is that called again? Paranormal part
Witchcraft. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
of Marvel, which is like
Love that.
Morbius, uh, Ghost Rider, Mephisto, evil stuff. Ooh, ooh,
Sick.
devil man, devils.
The fuck?
So that's what it is. But for now, let's enjoy some Ant Man. So, opening scene is pretty much the recap story of how the original Wasp is now revealed. Um, so it's pretty much a flashback scene of when Hope's mom, Janet Van Dyne, was it? Yeah, Janet Van Dyne, supposedly died, quote unquote, into the quantum realm. So they're like pretty much saying goodbye to a very young Hope because they have to go on that mission to go on that little missile in which she went in there and Hank lost her. Right? And it's revealed that Janet Van Dyne is played by Michelle Pfeiffer, another
Nice.
huge star acquired by the MCU. Man, that's Catwoman, y'all.
Come
You know
on.
what I'm saying? Tim Burton's Batman.
Yep.
She was crazy with all the cats, scratched her up, and then
Dude, what a movie.
she also played I forgot
Seriously, that's
Married to the Mob, which was a pretty good rom com film with Alex Baldwin, Alec Baldwin. But anyways, yeah,
nice.
Michelle Pfeiffer, a huge star. She went into the quantum realm to save people from getting bombed, and that's the last memory that both Hope and Hank has memory of her. That's how the movie starts. So we already know that this movie pretty much revolves around that mysterious part of the quantum realm. Since the last movie, when Scott came out, he was able to get out of the quantum realm and answer some of Hank's questions, which made him believe that my shorty is still alive. That's what he said. She
She could still come back.
she
She
can
could
still
still
yeah,
come
she can still
back.
come back. She can
Let's
still come
go.
yeah, yeah. She's playing Cyclops. She's playing Cyclops.
Janet.
um. Anyway, so come back to present day, and we see that Hank has the plans for the quantum realm generator, and this is pretty much how he plans on getting his wife back. Right, more on that later. Cut to Scott. Scott Lang is in house arrest. So this is after the events of
Civil War.
Civil War.
Yeah.
So I guess instead of being held up in the what is that called again? The prison,
The raft.
the raft. Instead of being
Yeah.
there, I guess he's okay. I'd rather do this
Yeah.
than
This is COVID right here. This is quarantine,
yeah.
baby.
Actually, yeah, this is actual quarantine,
Yeah, yeah.
and it starts off with him playing with his daughter Cassie Lang, and she's still a cute little adorable girl, and they're going around the house in like a makeshift cave of boxes. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Um, and then this is also explains why he wasn't able to help during Infinity War. And they also mentioned who mentioned this? I think it was
Black Widow, maybe.
yeah, Black Widow that said both him and Clint
Clean.
Barton were
Yeah.
house arrest, so they couldn't.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. They cut a deal. Yeah.
yeah, so at least now there's some pieces that are being filled from questions that we had. We meet Special Agent Jimmy Woo from the FBI, uh, which is a pretty good comic relief character that is played by an Asian man who
That's Jim right there.
some people might think he is a white man
Yeah.
because of his famous role in The Office, which was hilarious. Um, his character Jimmy Woo is actually works for Shield from the comics, so it's actually based from a real comic
Oh,
book
okay, okay.
character. Pretty cool.
Nice.
Um, his situation explained more: 2 years house arrest, which is what he's doing, and then 3 years probation. So we're pretty much at the last stretch of his house arrest of 2 years. which I think is pretty tame for
For doing what he did.
destroying like an entire airport, stealing
Yeah,
Pim Tech. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah. 2 years? That's actually amazing.
yeah, 2 years house arrest and 3 years probation. I mean, probation from what? Like
I
ruining
don't know.
airports. So it's pretty easy to avoid, I would
Yeah,
say.
superhero shit. Like,
Yeah. But more importantly, we also learned that Hank and Hope are also wanted since
yeah,
it was their tech that Scott used.
yeah,
So in reality, Scott kind of screwed them over, right? Which
true,
is we learn later why they're mad at him.
true.
Um, Scott has a flashback from his quantum realm experience. He remembers more things like seeing someone, and also a dream where he became Janet Van Dyne. So
Yeah,
we learn now that there's effects that happens to you if you spend a certain amount of time in the quantum realm, whether it's quick or long periods of time, um, or abilities that you learn, or even messages that was implanted to his head. Right, so this is something that he started realizing because when he came out of the quantum realm fresh, he didn't really remember much, and it not until now that it started going getting back to him all the thing that he thought he saw, which is crazy. Um, but then we realized that Scott gets drugged. He was actually drugged. That's why he's drowsy, and he gets kidnapped by Hope in his pajamas, right? And Hope's back. Evangeline Lilly, Bay status right there. Um, she replaced Scott with a human-sized ant meant to replicate his daily routines.
that's advanced tech right there. Like an ant,
Yeah, dude. Like
an
really.
ant man.
Yeah. Bad. Like this movie, I love how Ant Man is just like, you know what? Let's just go with whatever that we can think of. Let's just not try to be logical. And it's like,
Yeah,
you know, let's not, because Tony would make like a robot,
yeah,
like an android, but this is a fucking ant
yeah.
that,
An ant.
yeah, that's playing drums, taking baths, eating cereal. Like,
Yeah, it's so weird. How do you see? That's a weird tech. Like Tony has nanotech, but Pim has like Doctor Doolittle tech.
facts, dude. Yeah, this is practically the best way to describe his Doctor Doolittle tech. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Which is ironic because Robert Downey goes on to play Doolittle after his
Oh
role of
yeah,
Tony Stark. Yeah,
that's true.
I
Interesting.
haven't watched it yet, so I can't really say anything much.
Even in death, I am the doctor.
I am the Doctor. Yeah. So yeah, he gets kidnapped by Hope, and we learn that they're on bad terms because Stark took the suit and used it to fight against the government, putting her and Hank in danger.
Yeah, that's why.
Um, Hope and Hank have secretly been living in an abandoned building as a front, and this is where they used to build the quantum tunnel, and using worker ants, which is pretty X. Once again, crazy tech. You know what I'm saying?
It makes sense, I guess.
Yeah, because they're worker ants.
Yeah.
Uh, and explained that Scott's dream happened because the gate opened and he had a quantum entanglement with Janet, which is the message in his head. See what I mean, man? They're just putting quantum in front of things.
Quantum entanglement. What
That's.
the fuck?
I heard Will Smith had an entanglement recently,
Really?
but
With
that
who?
wasn't. Found out that his wife cheated on him
Oh, with who?
with August Alsina.
Who's that?
It's a singer. It's R&B singer.
Jada? Oh, come
Yeah.
on, Jada.
And Jada said it wasn't cheating; it was an entanglement.
What does that mean?
Exactly. That's what there was so much memes back then where it's like, oh, it's not cheating; it's just an entanglement. And then that same week, August Alsina came out with a single called "Entanglement," which I was like, "Yo, Road."
That's a godlike move. He's
Oh
like,
yeah,
reversal.
facts. This guy spent a meter.
Oh,
Um,
man. That's efficient use of
yeah,
resources.
I don't know. Will Smith, you might have to make a diss track, man, or
Oh,
something.
no. I don't want to see a 50-year-old Will Smith.
Get
He
jiggy
has
with
his
it, part two.
flow. His flow is so vanilla.
Yeah, dude, it's like the when you're saying like, what is this man hip hop? Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh no.
He doesn't swear. That's probably one of the reasons why it even sounds more vanilla than what it is.
So yeah,
Because one
yeah,
of his number one things is to not swear. And I don't curse. That's what he says, right?
yeah. Unless he's getting paid millions to do it in a movie,
Yeah, that's true.
and then he'll curse.
It's like say fuck.
Yeah.
No. $5 million. Fuck. That's what it is. um
Facts. I haven't hit this bowl yet. Jeez.
this guy's actually
Let's
saving
see.
it up, man. Is that the last hit?
The last bowl until tomorrow. No,
Thursday.
Thursday. Oh, that's 2 days. That's gonna feel like 2 days. You know when Heimdall was like,
Whoa, this is a reference right now.
"Oh Father, let
Oh
the
yeah.
dark energy flow
Flow through
through
me
me one
one
last
last
time."
time. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Heimdall wasn't trying to toke up, knowing that he's just gonna float through him again by Thursday.
That's jokes.
All Father's like, chill, be back Thursday.
He's like, "Oh Father, I'm taking all my roaches, and I need." Ah, yeah.
Heimdall, man, he is a fucking bothead. What's going on? Um, oh yeah, so quantum entanglement, which is the message in his head. Um, and it's pretty cool to see the lab. The lab is mostly made up of small things turned large, like Duracell batteries, paper clips, Lego pieces. Um, it's pretty nifty,
Oh
quirky.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, because the whole building turns small, right? So I guess it's like you can
It's
just
an
turn
interesting,
whatever. Yeah, it's very interesting if you really like.
like the way that they use the tech to, because the whole thing with it was like, give us your tech. We could solve world hunger. We could solve like, the power crisis,
Mhm.
etc. He's like, no, I want to make a man small, like, or something like that.
Well, that is true because in the movie The Food of the Gods, this was actually one of the things uh, where they found technology where they can make things huge, and it's like, but it's like a double edged sword, right? Like, yeah, you can, solve world hunger, unlimited energy, all that stuff, but then you could potentially also send the whole world into a war simply by just saying we have the tech, and you're in America. You got to
True.
look at your nation, right? Who is power hungry and dominating and conquers. Like, never know.
True. Wow.
But that's too deep, guys.
That's
You know,
so deep.
that's too deep. I just wanted to talk about Duracell batteries and paper clips and Lego pieces. It went into like the political craziness. But we do get to see more advancement with Hank's tech, like the mini building that they're in and the mini cars. That's how they were able to keep moving using different vehicles all the time, so they don't really
Yeah,
get caught,
that's
and
cool.
being able to take their fucking lab anywhere as they please, like it was a piece of luggage, which was fucking crazy. All their cars have like a switch already on them, right, to make
Yeah,
them big or small. Just like
yeah, that's sick.
fucking crazy, man. Um, Hope goes to a black market deal for a quantum part. They actually said we need this quantum part again.
Just gotta simplify it for the kids.
Yeah, yeah, you gotta put it in layman's term. Um, and they meet up with this guy named Sunny. But shortly they find out her identity, and now they want Hank Pym and or lots of more money for it. And right on time, we finally get to see the Wasp in action, which is when he fights off the thugs and he fights in the kitchen. that was pretty crazy scene.
Cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The
Yeah,
knife flying and like the
yeah,
acrobatics.
yeah, 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 dude. Like she turned that salt shaker huge,
Oh
and the way
yeah, that's cool.
she uses both her wings as the weapons and mobility wise, like
Yeah,
and she has blasters too. Like,
yeah,
bro,
yeah.
like
That's
she's
cheap.
it's like an
The hell?
actual wasp, right? She like
Yeah,
flies and she stings.
yeah, yeah.
It's like,
And blasts.
yeah, I've seen. Have you seen wasps, man? Do you see their blaster sometimes? You gotta tell the wasps to don't blast
Ex-
people. Uh, um, but then we also get to see the bad guy for the first time, uh, named Ghost, and attacks Hope. We get to see her abilities for a little bit, which I guess is like phase shifting, being able to control whether you can go through certain objects or even go invisible. What do you think for the first look of this villain?
That's so. This is such a weird power because like no one was able to do something like this before, and it's like a really hard dive into the concept. But I guess you have to do it because next movie's got to make sense.
Yeah, I think it's to stick to the theme of like because it still dives into the quantum realm, right? Because it talks about, I guess not multiverse. Yeah, I guess technically alternate realities. Um, hence quantum realm. So they had to keep within the theme of the movie and at the same time offer us a antagonist, a sort of justified antagonist, and this one sort of fits. But I don't know, man. She didn't really leave anything with me. Like nothing really stuck for me to say. I think Ghost is one of the coolest bad guys. Like I can't really.
Yeah,
She has a cool suit. I like the get up.
yeah,
Um, but the fighting style and her reasoning for what she's doing, uh, although justified, doesn't really hit or doesn't relate to me as much.
it's confusing because
Yeah,
like she was an abandoned or like orphaned, but also you know,
she lost her father in the explosion of
yeah,
the quantum realm,
yeah,
and which left her in that state of like constant phasing,
yeah,
and then like she wants to find a cure, but then
but
she
also revenge.
yeah, revenge, and then she got trained right as an assassin by the
Yeah,
government or shield or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't know, I can't relate.
yeah, yeah.
I'm not an
It's weird.
assassin, you know.
Yeah. Doesn't
um
sound like something Shield. I mean, Hydra. Something. It's something Hydra would have done.
yeah, I think
Uh,
that's what it was, when
maybe.
shield
Yeah.
was still Loki
Yeah.
Hydra.
Yeah.
Shout out to Armin Zola, is it?
Armin Zola. Yeah. Yeah.
Armin
Yeah.
Zola, yeah. But yeah, as a bad guy, I'd probably give her like a 7 out of 10. Wasn't too crazy, but wasn't too shitty either.
Yeah.
Like she's. What do you rate her out of 10?
Yeah. Maybe.
Five
Maybe
out of 10.
7. I don't know. A 7 would be like pretty generous for me. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because the only other interaction they have with her after is what the final lab scene.
yeah, where they find the lab and then they get kidnapped by her. So she didn't really
Right.
have much screen time as an actor.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I couldn't see her acting chops as
No.
much.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Uh,
She needed more room. It was just a really crowded movie because
yeah,
we got that new bad guy, and then Evangeline Lilly has more lines and is more involved, and
yeah, yeah,
and we got fucking Michelle Pfeiffer. Like, come on,
yeah, yeah. Facts, actually. Yeah, there's
it's
the
too stacked.
the amount of supporting characters have now I think doubled since the first one. So there's a lot of
Yeah.
people to keep track of.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Ghost comes in while um, Hope was trying to do the deal, and she practically Ghost takes the lab from them. Is that when she takes the lab, right?
That was the part or the lab.
Where they
Was it
steal
the
the lab?
lab? Was it the lab or the part?
I think she steals the part. So she steals the part,
Yeah.
and Janet had to go back, and they're still not able to finish uh, the quantum tunnel. There we go. Scott gets a new suit, but looks relatively the same as the one from Civil War. Right, very different from the first Ant Man, but the same from Civil War. Um, oh yeah, and Ghost steals the whole lab, so she does steal the lab after that fight. But through that, Scott now has helped him, and now he has a new suit. Cut to Luis's office. We get to see him again, alongside the rest of the crew, and we learn that they started a security company that ironically provides security cameras and services to businesses. Considering that they are ex-cons, and the company is called X-Con.
That's
It's such
amazing.
a tacky thing, you know.
That's
Like
so good.
we get to see Ti and I forgot the other guy's name, the Baba Yaga guy. Yeah,
Baba Yaga.
and of course one of the people's favorites, Luis. Um, they go to them to see if they can help out with possibly locating the lab, and we learn about quantum phasing. Right, when an object moves through different states of matter, which is how Ghost went through everything and anything. The suit helps her control this ability, which I think is not a bad ability. Like if you have it, you could probably kick somebody's ass.
Yeah.
Um, it would help me a lot actually. I don't have to open doors.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's about it.
Dude, you don't have to shower because you can just phase out of the dirt. And
Oh, is that how it works?
you're just like, all right, hold on. Ooh, and then
you
the dirt just lifts off of you. You know, you don't
how
have to.
much dirt do you have? I feel like it's more like just sweat.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. You know, like the sweat and the buildup of dead skin and shit. You could literally
That's
just phase
disgusting.
out of it. And then you leave an imprint of yourself, like just dead skin for a second.
uh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if that's. We
Stream,
might
let
have
me
to
know
ask
if.
Kevin Feige if that's something that Ghost is able to do.
Well, you never see her shower, so.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, you barely see any showering people in the MCU.
Yeah.
What's
That's
up with that?
not very uh hygiene like.
Yeah,
It's during
hygiene
COVID.
like.
This is COVID, man. You can't be dirty like that. You know what I'm saying?
This gives a hygiene like hygienic.
There we go. Hygienic. Hygienist.
Hygienic.
Hygienist. Um, we learn about an old colleague, Bill Foster, famous name from the comics as Goliath, another hero that turns huge, and worked with Hank Pym from the comics. But in this one, he is pretty much the same age as Hank Pym, and we learn that they have some sort of bad history with each other. Um, and I guess that's another help for them, or another person that they can ask for help in terms of looking for the lab, and even any advice about quantum realm. We also see that Ghost as a person is not stable and is constantly phasing, and she has to stay in a chamber uh, to stay stabilize it. Is that what it is? Like that little bed, little chamber bed that she has.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but I
It's
we,
like Odin sleep almost.
but she's still like phasing though, even when she's
Yeah,
inside, right? So I guess it doesn't help that much. I don't know.
I don't know what it does.
That's the
I'm
thing,
not.
man.
I'm
Like
not a quantum physicist.
it's hard for me to relate to a bad guy if I don't even know how to help them.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's not like
exactly.
Killmonger where it's like, bro,
Yeah.
just give
You
him
give
some
them.
land, give him some money. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Give him
for
what he
sure.
wants. This one, it's like, I don't know. Give her some quantum medicine. I feel like she
I
needs
don't
that.
even. What? Did I even know that? Did I even know that it was possible
Yeah, yeah.
the
Like
whole
I
time?
didn't even know this was a problem. Um,
Jesus.
but that sucks, man. You gotta, I guess, sleep in a quantum chamber, one quantum bed. That sucks. You have a You don't even have a quantum PC that you can play
No.
games on.
Oh
Shitty
shit.
life, you know. Um, cut to meeting with Bill Foster, played by Lawrence Fishburne, another huge actor
True.
acquired by the MCU. If you don't know who
Yeah.
he is, that's Morpheus, man. Okay, and
Yeah.
and we learned that he is at the university and he's teaching pretty much quantum physics, like about his workings with Hank. Uh,
Was there any
uh,
significance of the things on the board?
I mean, I feel like people would understand if they were, mathematicians. I myself is not a mathematician. I'm actually a
No.
mathemagician,
Oh, math.
which is nowhere near
What
as
does that mean?
intelligent as as
One plus
mathematicians.
one equals two.
Yeah. Tayo'y mag-ocho-ocho. Ocho-ocho.
Mathematician. Doble mo ang 8.
um,
Dead.
no, but guys, let us know, man. If you know which scene I'm talking about, which is when Hank visits the lecture hall. There's a bunch of numbers and a bunch of equations on the board behind Lawrence Fishburne. If there's anything in there that's like crazy, let us know. But I do know that the word matrix was there.
No way, really?
Yeah, which is, I
Well,
guess, their little nod to,
cool.
you know, his role as Morpheus. Which is pretty cool, I guess. I mean, uh, it's hard to imagine, dude. Matrix came out, what, 2001?
Do that, yeah, some early like that, in the millennium
Maybe
ish.
1998. I don't know.
Oh, it's actually before the 2000s, I think.
1999, I think. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's crazy.
And this movie came out 2019. It's like,
20 years.
yeah, dude.
Oh, we forgot to mention the technology with the fucking young face.
Oh
The
yeah,
deep fake is like getting so good, and you're like, yo, is that really Michelle Pfeiffer?
yeah,
And
dude.
like,
And
what?
Michael Douglas, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So it's getting so good, and you're like,
yeah.
yep, this is it. Like,
Because we got a little bit of it in the first Ant Man, but this one looks polished.
yeah,
In this one I was like, yo,
yeah.
Michelle Pfeiffer can still get it.
Like,
Like that's what I was. So I was like, yo, she's Catwoman. My God, that's
meow.
yeah.
That's right.
Meow,
Meow.
meow,
Honey, I'm home. All right. I'm not married.
meow. Um, yeah. So the difference between Bill Foster and Hank Pym is that Hank Pym specializes in shrinking, while Bill Foster specializes in enlarging, which
Oh, okay.
apparently is one of the reasons why they never really saw eye to eye. I get it because he's
Because they're nice.
short and tall. Um, but there's still no doubt that Hank still respects him as
Yeah.
an intellectual. He knows that Bill might still have some ideas. Then they get an idea from Bill, and they need an old suit in order to execute it. And then Scott reveals that I didn't really destroy your suit. I actually kept it, but you know it's we find out that it's with Cassie. It's at school. It was in that little trophy that they were playing with in the beginning of the movie, and she took it to school for show and tell, and now they have to do a heist for this, right? Which is a silly heist, um, which was pretty funny for the most part. But this new suit is malfunctioning. It's not working properly. I guess the quantum belt is not quantum functioning,
Yeah.
and it was a pretty funny school heist. With Scott looking like a kid, um, the hall pass thing, and he just runs. It's pretty funny because it's, as a kid you would probably do the same thing, but
Yeah.
as an adult, as the teacher, you'd do the same thing, right? You'd be like, I don't really care. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. But
Thinking as a kid back then, where it's like if I didn't have a hall pass, I'd actually be
yeah,
concerned, be like, oh, if I
me
get
too.
caught. But now, if I was an adult, if I was a teacher and I saw a kid like, hey, where's your hall pass? It's like, I don't have it.
Yeah.
Eh.
Yeah, like how
Yeah.
are you gonna come down on a kid like you don't have your hall pass? Are you serious?
Yeah, like
Come with me.
it's a
Like,
piece of
no.
paper, man. Calm down. Like, really, you gotta go to the fucking principal's office just because this
Oh
kid
my
isn't a piece
god.
of paper? No, not about that. But then again, maybe that's why I'm not a teacher.
Yeah.
Um, cut to the location of the labs. Scott and Hope talk about uh, some things, some you know uh, closure things, right? That she was only upset about Scott not asking her to come. So, ooh, she thought that she was his partner, but she didn't feel included.
Uh,
Her views on combat were already established since the first Ant Man. So, you know,
true.
I mean, sure, I'm sure that Hope was mad that Scott left her while they were sort of having a new relationship, but from the beginning, Hope wanted to fight, right?
Yeah, yeah.
She
I
telling
want to be
her to
that man. Like,
exactly.
yeah.
So I think part of it was just sadness because like Scott, got a call from Cap, and he didn't even think about asking her to go.
Yeah.
You know, it's
So
like
Cap called me Captain America.
it's what we called him. Well, if you worked with him,
He rubbed it into it like an idiot.
yeah, yeah, which is shitty. I mean, later on, she gets to say that to Cap, which must have been a
That
fangirl
part, but
moment.
ooh, she's like
Yeah, I'm ready to fall in. That's just
unyielding justice.
yeah. But the fact that she got this to express to Scott about this, kind of mends their relationship a bit. And we get to see
Yeah,
more of that later on. Um, Scott gets spooked by an empty ghost suit on the wall. This is where he probably gets the idea later on for his misdirection. Near the end of the movie, talk about that later. Um, but then they both get captured, get tied up in the house, and we learned that it was Bill Foster's house, and he is the real bad guy, sort of, right? He pretty
kind of.
much
Yeah,
he pretty much gave them the tip to trap them in his home. They took Hank Pym out of the van, tied him up too. These guys are about to get tortured, pretty much, is what it looks like. Um, then Ghost started to talk. We learned some things about her. We learned that her father is Elias Starr, a famous villain from the comics called Egghead, um, that fought Hank Pym many times.
word.
I'm not really sure if he had any powers or not, but I do know that he was a super smart scientist dude, and he had a shaved head. And yeah, Elias Starr in that flashback did have a shaved head,
True.
which was funny because a lot of people, when they first saw the first Ant Man trailer and they saw Darren Cross, they thought that was Egghead. But wrong. Egghead is here. We learned
And
that,
he's dead.
uh, yeah, really, he died pretty like crazily too. Remember, like,
Yeah, the lab thing.
oh no, 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 sorry, sorry. I thought you meant Darren Cross.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
oh yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
When his
Yeah,
like arm started going and all that shit, I was
that
like,
was a painful. On That's a painful death. Looks
yeah,
like, and he was screaming too. He's like, "Ah!"
yeah. He's like, no. I'm like, that's pretty crazy, dude. Like,
Yeah.
your daughter's looking at that. Like, you
Oh
see
my
that
god.
PTSD? God damn.
Jesus Christ.
Um, but yeah, Elias Starr died pretty crazily as well. Exploded into the face,
Yeah.
and she was left pretty much tutting. Right? That's what she was doing.
This is a Jabberwock.
Yeah, she was left as a Jabberwocky.
Shit.
Um, we learned that yeah, her father died from the quantum gate exploding, and she was a product of that tragedy. left with molecular disequilibrium.
That's what they call it.
That's
No
what that's a.
quantum, right?
Oh yeah, wow.
Okay, okay.
There might be maybe let's change it to molecular quantum disequilibrium. There we
Mm.
go. Uh, Ghost was used.
Wait, was her
Uh,
mom in the explosion as well?
oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I don't think they even mentioned that about her mom. I don't
I gotta,
remember.
I
Maybe
gotta
her
rewind.
mom is Michelle Pfeiffer too.
No, because I remember for some reason I remember seeing her mom also coming to try and save her from the explosion,
Ooh.
and I'm like, why the fuck is she in the lab? Why are they both in the lab?
Trying to support dad, man. Trying to cheer for him, you know. He's probably like doing some groundbreaking shit.
Okay, but
And
that's dangerous. Like you know, it's a danger.
yo,
Like
wear your
X,
safety goggles. You know what I'm saying? If you wore
X.
safety goggles, you would have survived.
Yeah.
Uh, um, Ghost was used later on by Shield as an assassin in exchange for treatment, but never fully curing her.
Oh,
They need the tunnel to heal her, but that would also kill Janet. See, that part I didn't understand. I didn't understand
yeah.
how. Yeah, I didn't understand how curing her was gonna kill Janet.
I think they were supposedly trying to extract Janet's energy, but how could they have known that she had this energy? You know,
Yeah,
it's a weird plot.
it doesn't mean
Weird
yeah
plot.
yeah yeah. I don't know. There has to be somebody, guys. Explain to us better. Put it in layman's term.
Yeah,
Explain it like I'm five. Why Janet is going was supposed to die if they save the ghost or whatever. Anyways,
yeah.
Hank pretends to have a
Don't
heart
understand.
attack, and the Altoid tin saves them with a bunch of ants helping them escape. Which I guess, wow, ants out of a fucking Altoid. That was a pretty crazy. That's like a grenade, right?
Yeah, that was pretty smart.
I guess. I mean,
And that
once
acting
again,
was pretty manipulative.
yeah, it's like as if he's an actor.
Yeah.
Um, and it's just like the tech, dude. Tony Stark would have like a bomb. This guy has
Yeah.
an Altoid,
Ants.
and yeah, like a mints and an ants coming out, bro.
Yeah.
Hank Pym, man, this guy's crazy.
Dude. He's crazy about ants. Did he mention why ants?
Well, yeah, in the first one, he was just intrigued by ants for like their ability to work as a unit,
Yeah.
right? I don't know why. I
But
don't know.
he works alone, which is like so, you know,
Yeah,
such a. And why ants?
he's crazy. He's crazy. That's why he's crazy.
You think he was in his lab? He's like,
It's probably the first thing he saw. It's like Batman, right? Like
oh right, yeah, he's
like
crazy
he
too.
went to the he went to the cave, and then like it was probably whatever he was gonna do, whatever animal that was in there. If it was a if it was a cave full of like squirrels, right? He'd be squirrel man.
Squirrel man. That would be more appropriate, I
Yeah.
think, in a city.
He saw the bats. He's like, yes, something cool.
It's like Badger Man.
That's not bad, dude. Badgers are pretty tough, I'd say.
Yeah, they look googie as fuck though.
Wow.
Badger, Badger. Yeah.
Mushroom.
Snake, it's a snake.
Man, there used to be this like kid that used to bully this one girl in high school, but
What the
she used to sit beside me, and the kid used to sit behind me, and she kind of looked like a badger. Like, not gonna lie, she kind of looked like a badger, but she didn't speak
Okay.
that well English. I don't think she knew.
Ooh.
But every time he'd be like, "Oh, what up, Sunit? Badger, 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 badger." I'm like, bro, stop calling me a fucking badger.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is grade 10, so I guess you're like you don't really.
That's a rude boy days.
Yeah, rude boy days. Facts. He was white, she
Yeah.
was brown, so
Oh my, that's
yeah.
that's so inappropriate.
I would have defended.
Badger.
I did defend her, like bro, you gotta stop calling her badger. I said that, but like, She did kind of look like a badger. I don't know. I'm sorry. What am I supposed to say? Lie to you and say she didn't look like
Yeah,
a badger to me?
yeah, yeah. You should have just been like, you know what, guy? We see the obvious. Pick something else.
Shout out to Suni. I don't know where you are now, but I'm sure you
From
look.
model.
Yeah, you're probably like the hottest badger out there.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Hank pretends to have a heart attack. They get to escape. Cut to the lab. Instantly working on trying to get Janet back, but there's a side problem that comes from Luis for their business, right? Which is Luis gets has to go to what's it called, the presentation, right? Um,
Used to nail it.
Something like that. But he gets a visit from Sonny. So
Yeah.
Sonny is the guy from the black market deal, and Sonny is trying to get a hold of Hank and Hope. And through some research, they found out that they worked with these guys. And we get a funny little segment about truth serum, right? About those two guys. It's not truth serum.
Oh shit! That brown guy's jokes. Who is that guy?
I
Sign him
don't,
up for more
yeah, I don't
movies.
know who that guy is, but
Yeah.
he's funny, man. That's really funny segment of like, we get the Baba Yaga reference in that conversation. And Luis is like such an idiot. He has the truth serum, but the truth is like unrelatable truth. Right? And
Still the truth.
we see Ti kind of like warned them about that. It's like, you just gotta let him talk, man. He'll get there. He'll get to it. Ghost finds the location, right? Because she like barges um, in that conversation, that true serum conversation, and now Sunny, the FBI, and Ghost are all after the lab, all while they're trying to set it up and go into the quantum realm and get the shorty back. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my
Because it was
god.
Thursday night and it's about to
Jeez.
be popping at Sugar Daddy's. And
Wow.
Hank Pimp's not going solo. He needs a shorty there. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Yo.
that's
What cut did you watch?
that wasn't it. That wasn't part of the thing.
Oh my god. He must have seen it in Scarborough or something.
um,
It's
this was the
dubbed.
this was the Patua version. Back to the lab, but we get to the segment of Scott becoming Janet. It's pretty jokes because he pretty much talks like Janet Van Dyne, has some sentimental looks at Hank and Hope. you know,
Love
man.
the scene.
What's his name? Paul Rudd, dude. You're a pretty funny guy, man.
It's acting right there.
That's acting right there. Also, some crazy mumbo jumbo tech lingo. Did not
Yeah.
understand one bit
Yeah.
from anything that he was saying. I don't think. I don't know, guys. Put in some. If you guys are quantum physics experts, let me know. Are they saying some? Are they spitting some true facts about what they're doing, or is this just jargon?
Jargon. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
probably just jargon.
yeah. This is like,
Gibberish.
yeah, hallelujah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, but I don't know. Let us know. For me, no idea. I'm not an expert. I've never even had a quantum sandwich. I don't know what a quantum is.
Ooh. I go to a cafe called Quantum Coffee. Oh, oh shit.
Well, you have
It's expensive.
you have some experiences with quantums. I guess.
Yeah. Quantum. Quantum.
Expensive.
Yeah, it's five
Privately owned.
dollars or something like that for a fucking Americano. No, it's like $4, but still, it's a lot.
What is it? Small.
It's just one size.
Classic, dude. Man, these are hipsters, man.
Yo, if you come up there, can I get a small, large? No, you can get a.
This is called the life. This is called the life size, man. You know,
Yeah,
there's no big or small in this world. We're all equal. Like, all right, man. Peace, bro. That's what they say. You took me to like a coffee place when we were
Which one?
before we went to Center Island. That one. I don't remember, dude.
Oh shit. Oh, ball sacks probably.
I think so.
Was it by the market?
Yes, by
Yeah, yeah,
Kensington Market, right?
yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah,
the one. Yeah.
good
No, no,
Americanos.
no. St. Lawrence. St. Lawrence.
St. Lawrence Market. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Had
True.
an
Yeah, yeah.
Americano there. It was good. Yeah.
Pretty good. Yeah. That's what
I've
I have
been
every day. It's great.
I've been researching on your technique.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and I saw a kit on Amazon.
Oh, nice.
And it's not bad price. And I'm about to order my mom's gift. And
Oh,
so
nice.
I don't know, dude. Too much work, man.
No, she's gonna love it. She's gonna be like, this is the only way I'm gonna make coffee. I'll make one for work. For like,
No, I'm
this is
ordering
the
it for
only way.
myself.
Oh, for you,
Yeah. What are you talking about?
right?
My mom getting her a selfie light. You know those circle lights?
Oh, like a ring, yeah, ring light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she does like vlogs and shit.
Oh shit, that's hilarious.
Yeah, my mom's
What does she? What
like
does she
me.
vlog about?
I have fucking no idea. I don't know. I don't know.
Yo, she got like millions of fucking followers. You never know.
No. She has like 200 something subscribers, I think.
Oh, that's a lot. What the fuck?
She has her own world. Yeah. So I'm like, oh, you don't
That's
have one of those. I'll get you one of those. But then
jokes.
I'll order a coffee grinder for myself thingy.
Yeah. Yes.
Whatever. Yeah, it
Yep.
comes with the like the filter.
V60. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
and a sealed container for your beans. I guess
Nice.
airtight,
Nice.
right?
Gotta keep them fresh, you know.
Apparently, but
It's a rabbit hole.
I gotta ask you for the beans later
Oh yeah, yeah,
because
yeah,
obviously I
yeah.
know the kit's gonna come with it, but I don't know what the beans, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sick.
Anyways, anyways, back to the lab, right? They get Scott becoming Janet, mumbo jumbo, all this stuff. Scott hurries back from home since the FBI is now checking on him to see if he's still um, under house arrest. So if he does get caught not being in house arrest, instead of 3 years probation, it's going to be 3 more years of house arrest. So it's very important for him to trick them into thinking that he's still at home. Um, he gets a sentimental talk with Cassie about his partnership with the WASP, uh, which is pretty cute because she was talking about herself, right? She's like, I
Uh,
could be your partner. And you're like, oh, that's cute. Like this little kid, you know what I mean? Like you have to go against Thanos. Do you know who
yeah,
fuck you're talking about, Cassie? He'll destroy you. Like
yeah.
you don't understand.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
You can't parry this, little girl.
but this also shows Cassie's intelligence at a young age. And of course this has been a theory that maybe one day she'll take the Ant Man's place, because we know that being exposed to Pym particles for a very long time can have effects on you, which is why Hank Pym cannot be the Ant Man anymore, and we'll never know for Paul Rudd. But in the comics, Cassie Lang does become Stature, which is another hero that turns big. So
Cool.
now that with a time jump, she is much older. Maybe we'll get to see that. Right, pretty cool stuff. Um, Hope and Hank get arrested, and the building gets stolen by Ghost. So this is like fucking. This whole segment now is crazy,
The chase.
right? Because not yet. So
Oh,
Hope and Hank get arrested before they can go and jump into it. And this is where Ant Man goes back home, and now Hank and Hope, they're in a cell, but Ant Man busts them out the same way Hank did for him in the first movie, through ants, as per usual.
and the audience is like, got it.
How else is he gonna do it? Oh right, ants. He blocked the security camera with what? Ants.
Yeah,
Got the
yeah.
suit in because he was the size of an ant.
Mm-hmm.
Ant. Even when Janet was talking through fucking Scott, he was an antenna. Heck, such.
Come on.
Nice. Come on. Um, they find the lab, and now must stop Bill, Ghost, and at the same time save Janet from the quantum realm and also defend it from Sunny. So this is where it's like the whole action sequence of Hank going into the quantum realm in his quantum ship, all while Hope was being chased on the road
Yeah.
with like Luis
I
in his little hot rod car.
Yeah.
Like there's so many things happening just from
I
like
like that.
just like three people trying to get the lab at the same time, right?
Yeah.
And the FBI is always also there. Like the chase down with Butch and Luis was pretty dope. With the fucking undercarriage. That undercarriage is filthy, right? Because
You're talking about that.
yeah, because he's
Yeah.
like, what would I pay $7 more for to with a premium
To
car
clean it.
wash? Yeah, it's like
Uh,
you need to clean the undercarriage all the time. They go under the car. That undercarriage is filthy. It's so stupid.
whoever wrote that in, so good.
Oh
Yeah,
man, but it's true, man. As a business, you gotta keep an eye on every single expense you make.
it's true.
Um, Scott turning extremely huge beside the ferry was pretty X.
Yeah.
They thought it was a whale. He even did the his feet were like together like that, like a whale.
Yeah.
Um, but he pretty much like passed the fuck out because that's the side effects of uh being under the effects of PIM particles or breathing in PIM particles for too long, right? Where it's like
True.
uh not blood loss, but it's like yeah, it's like you just pass the
Probably
fuck out because
oxygen. Yeah.
you use up too much energy or not enough oxygen, your lungs are too big, or whatever.
True. Yeah.
Um, and he passes out right in front with the lab. Uh, and it cuts back to Hank, and he goes through like he's going on a trip, man. He goes on a trip similar to Doctor Strange,
Yeah.
through the quantum realm, the void. Really cool graphics, dude. Like
Yeah. Amazing.
trippy as fuck.
Yeah.
It's amazing how they make it so distinct that it's like it's randomized, but it's themed as well. Like you know exactly what they're referencing to. You know what I mean? Where it's like you've seen these visuals before. Yes, at Doctor
Yeah.
Strange, he was able to go through it his way through the mystic arts, and now this
Yeah.
is the scientific way of going through it.
Yeah.
Kind of
Wow.
melting things together. Much like how in Asgard, their magic is considered science
Yeah.
in Midgard, right? That's what Earth was to them.
Yeah.
Pretty cool, man. MCU, dude. Something they just
The
do
lore
things
is
right.
so
Yeah, it's just
it's so
streamlined. It's
digestible.
streamlined as fuck.
Yeah.
That's what we like to see.
Yeah. This isn't like Lord of the Rings where you have to really dig for like references. It's like this is
Yeah.
it's easy to digest, like you know, like a dad's cookie.
Yeah. Why does it have to be a dad's cookie? Why can't it be
It's
just a cookie?
it's a digestif or something. It's like
Uh,
you know,
Easy to go through. It's like mini
yeah,
wheats, right? It's
yeah,
good for your digestive system, right there.
yeah. Oh shit! It reminded me of the mini wheats.
Is that
The
it?
commercial.
The
Oh
commercial that I
god.
know is vanilla covered mini wheats, vanilla covered mini wheats, vanilla covered mini wheats, and the guy's like, tastes so good, good, good.
So ass.
Never liked mini wheats. Not my
Yeah.
thing. Not my thing.
Yeah.
Um, Raisin Bran though,
That's good. Yeah.
which is good. But
Yeah. What's that cinnamon one?
cinnamon toast crunch.
Oh yeah.
That
That's
thing,
crack.
man.
That's sugar.
That thing should be banned. That
Yeah.
thing is That's a tesseract right there. That's the power of the gods.
Oh no.
That's why, like, man, now I
My
want to get
kids.
one.
Oh my god. I I don't do it anymore, but like remember eating cereal with milk and like
Wow, that's how else. How else? Like, what do you do now? It's not
what
milk, almond
do you
milk.
do you ever eat cereal
I have
anymore
I have not eaten cereal in a very long time.
with milk? It's
With
probably even longer with milk.
even longer without milk and with milk. Like I haven't eaten cereal in a while.
Wow.
The last
Yeah,
time I ate cereal was with milk, so
true.
I don't remember. Maybe
Fuck.
more than a year ago.
More. Oh, that's not that long.
And it,
I'm for me it's like at least 3 years.
oh wow.
Yeah. Because I don't drink milk anymore, right?
Oh
But
yeah, true, true. You
it's
like to save the cows, right?
no, not really. I'm like I guess I'm lactose like all most Asians are.
Yeah.
Or
Well, we're not supposed to drink milk as adults, right? It's supposed to be like
yeah,
babies and kids.
yeah,
Yeah. You don't see like full grown gorillas sucking on the mom's titty. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
we're
This is
humans,
supposed
so
to be.
we can do
Yeah, we're
that.
foraging now. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can go to Metro. I can go to fucking Loblaws.
It'd be nice though. Like, you know what? For like random nights like this, a nice bowl of cereal is not bad.
Cold milk, two
Yeah.
percent cold milk.
Yeah.
I want that right now, but I don't have any.
Can you order that? Can you order cereal and milk on Uber Eats?
Probably like
Oh,
the
50.
grocery one,
But they
because
have
there's
oh
there's grocery ones now on Uber
really?
Eats.
So you just do your grocery online?
I don't do that because
Oh,
it's expensive.
I was gonna say, dude.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Serious.
Anyways, let's go back to this. Yeah, so Hank goes through a similar trip. He crash lands and he goes berserk, pretty much like melting his mind, and he's
Yeah,
like tripping out. Maybe
yeah,
it's an emotional, mental thing, but then he sees like a stranger in the distance that looks like a fucking uh, it looks like Anakin Skywalker walking
yeah.
in the desert lands of what's it, Naboo or whatever,
Tatooine.
Tatooine. There we go.
Yeah.
And wow, she has like a little wasp helmet. You're like, whoa! And he finally reunites with Janet, and he loses even further. He's like, fuck, because like she has some superpower, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know what the fuck that is. Janet
Come on.
talks about growing and evolving in the quantum realm, cities and communities in there that still needs to be explained, and of course the superpower mind penance thing that she was doing to fucking Hank that made him stable. But he went in there, man. He went in there for the kiss. Fucking, that was a quantum makeout session right there.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? He was fogging up the quantum windows on that one.
The quantum windows.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know what I mean. You ever go on a date with a girl and you just it's super makeout session in your car, and you're like, "Oh, where are we?" And then wake up and fucking
It's just not Titanic. I don't have a car. I don't drive, so
true. Just make them out of
like a
the.
go bus.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Oh, I'm dying. Oh,
The
did I
whole
fucking
bus.
burn my head? Did I just burn my head on this candle? The fuck?
I think
Okay.
so.
Wait. No, I didn't. Okay. Gotta be further away. I was just doing this and I, well, that would have been bad.
That would have been bad, man. Don't do that.
Yeah.
That's quantum fire
Oh,
right
fuck.
there. We see what happens to Scott when he's huge for too long. Crazy rescue scene by the Wasp. She dives in the water, and Pretty X, he's like a huge ass body. That's like
Yeah, what the fuck?
at the bottom of the beach or the port. And we saw it before with the belt thing, and she saved him. Yay! Very nice sentimental part because it's like she does care.
Oh, that's nice.
Um, Ava, that's her name, Ava, the ghost girl, takes
Yeah.
charge, and we fully see now that Bill Foster isn't all blind and has a moral compass. Right? He was saying, like it's too late. We can't do anything about it. But she's like, no, you fucking promised me, you piece of shit. We're going into the quantum realm. And he's like, no, I can't let you do this. You're gonna kill Janet. This is not what we fucking signed up for. Uh, Not word for
Seriously.
word. um,
He's not Samuel Jackson.
yeah, shit goes down, and Janet returns to normal size and reunites with Hope. Very sentimental thing. She calls him, what was it again? Jelly Bean, and she's like crying and shit. And they hug. Um, and heals the ghost. You see that?
Just
she's,
he's the ghost.
she's just like,
So
yo,
you wrote.
she's like, this is literally what I wrote. Shit goes down and Janet returns to normal size and unites with Hope, and she heals Ghost. Yay!
We can actually
I
do
can't
that.
explain it. I can't, because she
No
just
one
put her
can.
head on the thing and she glowed for a bit, right?
And then she's like, I feel better.
Yeah,
I think.
she's like, that's COVID, right? She's like, I think I'm. I should have done. Is that too soon to talk about COVID?
No, not yet.
Okay. When my
We've
grand.
still, we still got a few first waves to go.
I think this is called waves now.
No, it's the first. We're still waiting for the first wave.
Oh
So
man,
this would be the second first wave that we're waiting on.
just if we go on lockdown again, dude, I don't really know what
Yeah,
to
forget
say.
that government money again. You already know we're doing DC.
Facts,
If
facts.
we get that sponsor money,
Yeah, you gotta
we'll
get that
have
sponsor
time. I will have time. I will have the energy.
money. So yeah, she heals him. There wasn't much explanation where she got those powers or even what she did to her.
Yeah, come on.
Um, but you know it. This is pretty much what it is. This whole movie, Scott. This is the point of view from Scott. Scott doesn't really. I'm not saying he doesn't care, but he doesn't ask. You know, he's like, "Oh, hey, what's going on? Like, how do you do the quantum thing?" It's just like, "Oh, you need help? Okay, I'll help you." But like, I gotta do this thing. I gotta trick the FBI. I'm helping Luis with the business. Like, I don't really care
Yeah,
much about the quantum thing, which
he'll
is
just do it. He's like a yes man.
yeah. He's like,
Yeah,
kind of hired for the job thing. And I guess that's what his role was in Civil War as well, where it's like,
true.
do you know what we're up against? It's like some about some. What do you need, Cap? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
Scott has
yeah,
always been like that, which is probably why we never got much information or explanation with the quantum stuff from these guys, because Scott doesn't really care about that. For him right now, it's like, okay, she's out, she's gone. I have to go back
yeah.
to my house to pretend that I'm still in house arrest. Blah blah blah. Right. So Scott makes it back to his house. Ava and Bill escape together. I think they're about to go make some quantum babies. Hank and Janet pulled an up and took their house into the middle of a fucking beach,
Nice, nice. Yeah.
which was super cute. I guess this is where they're gonna make some more ants and wasps, aka it's gonna be some quantum loving. Because Hank's gonna
Oh
be like,
wow.
I haven't quantum came in a while.
Come on, what? It's not even trying. Having quantum game, I'm dying. Yeah, I was thinking. I
Quant.
have some pim particles for you. If you know what I
Are you
mean.
ready for these PIM particles?
They're new. It's white.
um, yeah, she's like, lay it on me,
Dying.
daddy. And then boom, ending scene is Scott, Cassie, and Hope watching Empire of the Ants. Sorry, it's not Empire of the Ants. I just watched Empire of the Ants. Them on a laptop, uh, making it like a drive-in movie. Pretty funny. Them is a 1940s creature feature movie. about giant ants. So pretty fitting for them to
Nice.
be watching that. And the mid credit scene is probably the most impactful one that a lot of people were, you know, kind of like waiting for because they don't know whether Scott was part of the snap or not. So this is the mid-credit scene where we learn that Scott got stuck in the quantum realm, while Janet,
Snap.
Hope, and Hank Pym got snapped. And I remember watching this in the theater, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Guys.
Because it's like you forget about the snap, the
Yeah,
whole movie. Forget about the snap,
yeah.
and then it's like, and you're like, oh, because you see little particles by the controls, and you're like, oh no.
Yes, it's a really good misdirection because they didn't mention the like any of the events that was like happening at the time.
Yeah, because if you really think about it, Wakanda and Titan were the only two places that had any significant action. I mean, New York for a little bit, but I don't think it's enough for them to really put on the news that Scott and them would see. But even then, they were too occupied with
Yeah,
the situation happening.
yeah. They're on the other side of the coast too.
Yeah,
They're in San Francisco, right?
yeah. So unless you're like in Wakanda, there's no one. As far as I know, New York probably thought that it was over after Thanos' ship left New York, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So
Because they didn't know that Iron Man was on the thing. Nobody knew
yeah,
that he was
nobody,
on the
because all the comm systems were pretty much down.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, that the last mid credit scene was pretty crazy.
Very nice, nicely done.
Before we wrap this up, I just want to go through some of these other notes that I think is probably reaching a little too far or not. These are always the silly ones or just small little um, what is that called? Uh, Analyticals, small little details. Janet's nickname for Hope is Jellybean. It's much like Scott's nickname for Cassie is Peanut. They're
Hmm.
both small treats.
Ah, small treats. Okay.
That's what it is, right? Jelly beans and peanuts. What do you think? Hey, give
Interesting.
me a jelly bean, and it's the size of a fucking watermelon. There's no such thing, right?
He's
Um,
right. Because they could be called muffin. That's not small. Or, you know,
that's
come
true.
here, little strip loin. Or, I don't know.
Strip loin. That's a weird ass fucking. Come here, little
It's
ribeye.
probably for like a dude
If I had a dog, I'd name him Ribeye.
ribeye. Oh, I like that.
Yeah, so
Ribeye. Choo choo choo.
whoop whoop whoop. Um, in the beginning, when Scott was showing magic tricks to the FBI agent with the disappearing Ace card, he also does the same trick in Endgame, where they thought he disappeared with the snap, but he
Oh.
reappeared.
Aha.
All right, pretty cool. Um, while Scott was learning magic from online videos, it is instructed him to do misdirection by snapping your fingers. Tony does the same thing with Thanos in Endgame,
Oh.
right?
Interesting.
Yeah, he misdirection by taking the stones and he snapped his fingers.
Wow. This I actually didn't catch that detail. The snapping, because that's pretty significant already. Like as a setup.
Yeah, for snapping, like just the motion of snapping.
Yeah.
Scott being taken by Hope and spent most of that time in his bathrobe and PJs. This is a nod to the Big Lebowski. Just they've been giving nods to Lebowski a lot during the MCU. This is
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
another one of them. Um, and it's pretty much the same focus of the movie. In Lebowski, it was literally him being caught up in this whole fucking situation because somebody pissed on his rug, right? And he
Yeah.
wanted somebody to pay for the fucking rug. It really
Yeah. Yeah.
held
Pulls
really
it pulls
what's
the
it
room
yeah, it
together.
really pulls the room together, man. And the whole time in the movie he's caught up in his pajamas.
Yeah.
He's drinking White
Sure.
Russians and all that crazy stuff. When Scott wakes up in Hope's car, when he was kidnapped, he's greeted by a huge eye from a bird because he didn't know he was super tiny. That's a Jurassic Park reference.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah, yeah,
when the T Rex's eye came in,
yeah.
and
True.
another Jurassic Park reference when Scott was Janet and Hope talks about a certain quantum thing, and she looks at him and she goes, "Clever girl," which is
Oh, yeah, yeah.
right Jurassic Park before the guy dies. Clever
Clever
girl.
girl. Oh my god. That's not a reach. That's an actual fact,
That's
isn't
an
it?
actual, yeah, that's an actual
Yeah.
fact.
Cool, cool, cool. All right.
When Luis was nervous in the beginning of the movie, he says to himself, "I'm the boss, I'm the boss," just like Scott did when he turned huge for the first time in Civil
Oh
War.
yeah, oh yeah. I'm the
Ooh,
boss. I'm the boss.
I'm the boss, I'm the boss, I'm the boss. During Scott's house arrest, he plays drums. We see a little bit of this when he's drumming in his cell in Civil War. It's true. He's drumming on his
Mm-hmm.
little. You're like, not bad, not
Mm-hmm.
bad.
Okay, okay.
Um, yeah, Hope doubts Scott's friendship with Cap. This later gets a callback to Endgame when she calls Steve Cap. Well, glad we know that. One of Hope's ideas in finding the lab was using a quantum spectrometer, which is what Bruce Banner used to find the Tesseract in the first
Uh-huh.
Avengers, right?
Yeah.
He's like, if we could
Okay.
take all the spectrum quantometers or whatever, whatever it's called in the world, we can find it.
Oh shit.
Pretty cool.
Quantum.
On the way to Bill Foster's lecture, Scott says sunglasses and a hat isn't a disguise. This is a jab from when the Winter Soldier, when Cap and Nat had the same disguises.
Yeah.
Pretty funny. 'Cause it's like, really? That's your disguise? Cap and a hat. Works. Um, Stan Lee cameos as the guy who got his car shrunk and thought that was the drugs from his youth.
Yeah.
Pretty funny.
I'm really paying for it now.
Really paying for it now.
The 70s were fun, but I'm paying for it now.
When Janet and Hank were leaving the quantum realm, we can see faraway buildings from civilizations. That was super interesting, dude. I hope like we get
Yeah.
to see more of that later on. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of those big theory things that everyone is
Hmm.
like awaiting for something.
Yeah. Or someone.
Yeah. Ooh.
I
Who
don't know.
lives there?
Ooh, who? The
Knock
Who?
knock.
Like from the Grinch?
The who?
Uh,
Oh
from
yeah.
Whoville. Um, when Luis was being interrogated, he spills the secret that the pastry box color red was reflecting in how his business was in red of going bankrupt. Ooh, that's what he says, right?
Ooh.
Later at the end of the movie, the pastry box is now blue, which
Oh yeah.
reflects their current status of business that is now positive. Pretty cool. That's that's
Ex-con.
that's all I have for Ant Man. It was
Nice.
a amazing movie, I would say, but
Yep.
nothing too crazy, but good enough, and it's a great setup for Endgame. Um, and much like all of the standalone hero movies, we're most definitely gonna get a third one, and the third one is gonna be with a time jump already post Endgame. So this is gonna be super interesting, man. I'm really excited
Yeah, yeah.
for the final Ant Man film and what they have to offer. I hope Bill Foster comes back somehow. I hope they talk about the quantum realm civilizations that I think still needs to be explained, and of course, how the fuck Janet has superpowers.
Yeah, come on, tell us.
Yeah,
Explain.
that's
How do you explain this? I mean, they explain, magic and but time travel, healing powers. Okay,
yeah. Like, what did she do exactly to Hank?
it's like she maybe rearranged his mental. I don't know.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I mean, how else can you explain her having her hands like this?
Yeah, I can't. I'm trying to think right now of possible explanations of exactly what she was doing, or even what she's capable of doing now.
Yeah.
Because she told Hank, she's like, "I'm not the same person as I was, right?
Ooh,
I'm
yeah.
not the same Janet that came down here, bitch."
Oh shit.
Right?
Oh man.
Yeah.
She probably got another thug.
Oh, you think she was creeping on the low over there?
Oh my gosh. Like I don't know. Like
Mm.
there's like a Fabulous or like a Lloyd Banks there. It's like
Oh wow.
you know,
We on fire up in here. It's burning hot.
burning
We
hot.
on fire.
Shorty, take it off.
If it gets too hot.
We on fire. Move.
Oh,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
that's crazy, man. Yeah, hopefully
Maybe.
you get to see more of Ant Man. Guys, let us know what you think about Ant Man and our analysis on this. Were there things that we missed? Were there things that we were wrong about? Uh, and there are things that we asked you for. Like, explain to us if you're a quantum expert or physicists,
Yeah.
what they're called, right? Physicists. If you're a physicist,
Physicists.
let us know if what
Does it
you're
make
hearing
sense?
from all this mumbo jumbo, from what they're talking about. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
But I feel like it shouldn't, or else this would be possible, right?
Yeah, it's like you get the time travel recipe in the movie. Oh,
Yeah. Oh, let's
we
go
did
try.
it.
Yeah, let's go try it out ourselves. And now we're out there fucking being in the past. Um,
Yeah.
of course, time traveling here wasn't never really mentioned except when Janet at the end says, "Don't go into a time vortex. You know, it'll be hard to get you out." And she like looks into the camera and she like winks, wink, wink. You're like, might be a clue.
Vortex, huh?
Yeah,
Interesting.
enter that thing. Um,
Huh.
and our next movie next week is going to be the very famous Captain Marvel. Woo!
Ah.
Mixed reviews for that one, but I hope that we give it justice in terms of what it's supposed to um, do to the overall MCU narrative, and of course, most importantly, how it helps set up Endgame as well, because she's quite the pivotal character um, in the at the end of the MCU Infinity Saga, and from what I hear, she's a pivotal character in the next saga upcoming. So obviously, we
Word.
got to get used to Captain Marvel. This is going to be her first. This is her first film by herself, so maybe there was a lot of expectations coming from it,
Yeah.
or maybe there's just some longtime haters that would have hated the movie regardless of how good it did. Right?
Yeah.
We'll talk about, we'll talk more about that later on. But I hope you guys
Absolutely.
enjoyed Ant Man and the Wasp. I know I did. So final rating, I would probably give this solid 7 out of 10.
Yep. Yep. Same.
Um, Only because it's funny, man. Dialogue,
Yeah.
lighthearted, wholesome. A little confusing part, a little confusing on the scientific jargon. Um, but you could watch this with your kids. There's no scene that I would say is too provocative or too inappropriate for a family setting, which
True.
ultimately makes it a good movie, in
It's
my
true.
opinion. Not too edgy, not too crazy, and lots
Yeah.
of cool stuff.
Yeah.
There's never too much boring human time where there's not no superpowers happening. Most of the scenes always have some sort of like quantum this, quantum that. So yeah.
Yeah.
Until
Yeah.
quantum next week, we're gonna be talking about Captain Marvel, and then we got two more movies after that. Man, we're pretty much done this whole thing.
Oh my
So
gosh.
guys,
So
let us
close.
know if there's any other franchises out there, any series of movies that you guys wanted to check out. There's a bunch because we might keep doing superheroes. I don't know. We'll see. Harry Potter, that's always a thing. Hunger Games, that's always a thing. Twilight, that's always a thing. You know, let us know. 50 Shades of Grey is always a thing. Let us know because we're almost done the MCU Infinity Saga, and best believe once Black Widow comes out, we will be doing one of these analysis for Black Widow as well.
Yep.
Our,
Yep. 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 That's
our
our girl.
That's our girl. Yeah, shout out to
Yes.
Natasha Romanoff. So till
Yep.
next week, guys, we talk about Captain Marvel. Peace.